Okay. So wait a second. Can you see my desktop camera? Yeah. Let me check. Okay. All right. So can you see my desktop camera image？ 你们可以看到我现在有一个那个就是手写的桌面吗？就是我有，我现在我需要有人告诉我是不是 ？Okay, all right. So I think you already have this mind map, and I would like to use this mind map for the guideline about today's sharing. Okay, so what we just have done is about the ChatGPT, and as we already know, ChatGPT is a large language model. So large language model, so it's a language model, and so this model will connect words with words at its highest probability. Let me give you an example, a very rude example. 我要讲一个比较粗俗的例子。So sometimes people walking on the street and happen to bump into the other person, and the bad guy, 那个你如果走在路上碰到8+9，不小心撞到他，他就骂你3字经，对不对？他就骂你王八蛋啊，然后另外一个人就回他3字经，所以王八蛋跟3字经呢，经常这2句话是连在一起的。Okay, so at that time, if you give a prompt that 王八蛋 to the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will go look for what he has been trained or what he can retrieve from the corpus, from the 语料库, and the 语料库most of the time composed of from English first. Okay, so then he will look for some words will connect with each other. Another example is if you type 台湾的台, just like we use our keyboard inputting the words onto our to ask prompt. So the next one may be Taiwan or Taipei or 台积电, right? Can you see my handwriting text clearly? Okay, so if you key in Thai, and the highest probability recently could be 台积电, okay? So 台积電 maybe 台积電 just a rough figure, 60%, and Taiwan is 30%, 然后这是10%. So the next word is 台积, okay? 台积 and then 台积電 or 台積股票, okay? 台積股. So if you give this prompt, if you type Thai, then it will connect to 台積 or 台積電 or 台積股. So that is the very, very simple illustration, very abstract. 这是非常简单的说法，所以它是一个模型，它就是去做文字接龙，所以它不是真的有 intelligence， 在这个阶段，在现在这个阶段，所以它就是去做文字接龙。这个模型跟它所训练的语料库，语料库就是资料库，就是里面都是语言的东西，所以叫做语料库。所以有一个是模型，所以模型它现在一直在进步，比如说 ChatGPT 4.0，比如说 Cloud，这个 Cloud 3，然后 ChatGPT 4.0，这是现在的它的模型。但是它所给它训练的这些语料库、资料库也越来越多。那最刚开始，它当然是从英文开始的，然后各种语言都有。So there is very common if you type Mandarin Chinese. Okay, so if you type Mandarin Chinese, it could very possibly reply you in terms of simplified Chinese. OK， 你如果就算你用中文问他，他很高的几率他会用简体中文回答你，因为他去搜寻的那个语料库，或者是他之前被训练的，因为中国也一直在训练这个 AI， 就是生成式 AI， 所以你会经常看到他回给你的那个用语都是来自于简体中文语料库里面的用语。So I always tell my students, go use ChatGPT in English, and then if you really need Mandarin Chinese, then you ask ChatGPT to translate back to Mandarin Chinese. So all the prompts that you give to ChatGPT, I would suggest use English. Okay, so that is the reason why I suggest that. And why do you, if you regenerate the prompt, then the ChatGPT will give you another response in a similar way, but not in the same, not exact same manner. That is the reason because 因为台湾、台北、台基其实都会接，都是跟台这个字接在一起的，所以它不是直接去找那个最高几率的那一个，它不是你每一次输入台，它都是给你鸡，它其实是它会根据这个是几率是60，这几率是30，这几率是10，它就会再有一个骰子，你可以想象说有一个骰子，那个鸡有3个面是台积电的鸡。有2个面是台北的北，有1个面是台湾的湾，所以这个骰子去这个 dice 去骰了一下之后，跑出来那一个如果是湾，它就会回复给你湾。你如果再 regenerate 一次，它就再骰一次，再骰一次，它如果跑出来北，它就会回给你台北。当然我现在讲的是一个字，那如果是一句话，它就会变成是那一句话，它就会去找出那一个。跟他最常一起出现的几率最高的那一些字会给你。So that is basically a very abstract explanation about the way how ChatGPT works. Okay, so if you can give you can talk with ChatGPT with a more detail, give them more details, then the ChatGPT will respond to you in a better way, just fit your needs. So I would like to use the let me use the one I am going to let me okay, I think I need the timer to control for each topic. So probably we only have another 5 minutes to talk about ChatGPT. Then prompting, which one? Here. this one. Can you see my share screen about prompt techniques? Okay. All right. So please start from the center. This is about the prompting techniques. But I have to. Are you okay? All right. Any questions? If no, then I continue. So ChatGPT is a large language model. So basically, we use instruction to have ChatGPT work for us. And there is another way for you to collaborate with ChatGPT is to assign the role, just like I show you in custom instruction. So you can ask ChatGPT to play multiple roles. For example, because I use problem-based learning very often, and I need to practice teaching when I am going to teach a large class, and the class may be consisted of executives or managers from different industry. So even for the same questions, the same problems, different people have different perspective. So how can I practice teaching? So I ask ChatGPT that can you just play A, B, and C, and at a time in a condition that A is an engineer from a semiconductor manufacturing company, and B is a store manager in a pharmaceutical chain store, and C could be an owner of a small medium enterprises. OK， 所以我可以设定说，我就叫那个 ChatGPT 扮演3个角色，那3个角色分别叫做 A、B、C。OK， so when I ask, so for example, if I raise a question, how would you do if someone resigned without any notice in advance? 假如有人突然间提辞呈，那你会怎么办？假如你的团队突然提辞呈，那你会怎么办？ Okay, so we cannot expect the real responses, but we can have ChatGPT to help us, because ChatGPT can play multiple roles at the same time. Okay, so this is the first situation that you can use multiple role plays, and also you can have ChatGPT to discuss with each other. Then you can tell ChatGPT, you are in the business analysis and strategy class, and you are going to study a case which is about blah 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 blah, and you are A, okay, and you have another 2 team members, B and C, and you are in a group. So can you just play 3 rounds of discussion about who will initiate some questions to other team members, and the other will respond to another member. So I can show you probably, but just in very, well, I would say, hi, Ben. Okay, can you see my ChatGPT? Okay, and although I have create the personal settings, but the ChatGPT still reply me in Mandarin Chinese, because he will automatically identify the location where you are. So it assume you will use Chinese. However, I'm not going to use Chinese. Let's have another 5 minutes. So I will say, do you remember who you are when I call you bank. Okay, and will you what language will you use in our interaction when I prompt in English? Yeah, OK， 他其实就很像那个小朋友一样，就是说你要提醒他。虽然我之前已经跟他讲过了，就是说如果我用中文问你，你再用中文回答我；如果我用英文问你，你就要用英文回答我。但是他忘记了，所以忘记的时候，你就要再跟他讲一次，确定他知不知道。然后他的回答都是知道的，只是他有另外的设定，那个设定的 priority 强过我原本给他的，所以他认为我现在是在这个 location， 所以他就给我中文的回答。但是我现在反过回来这样子跟他讲，他就知道了。因为那个 ChatGPT，because ChatGPT we are all using free version right now. As you can see, this is ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, so the capacity of his comprehension are pretty limited. Okay, so it will just like a kid or your grandparents, something that you told you, no, something you told them, they just forget immediately. OK， 他们那个会储存问答的那个容量，那个 token 啊，就是说你问的那个字有几个字，然后他会去搜寻回来的那个，他在计算那个他的运算容量是跟你免费版本还有付费版本会有关，所以我们经常会问他的这个字数是会受限的。在英文，你用英文问跟中文问也是有差别。There is another reason why we don't use Mandarin Chinese in prompting, because Mandarin Chinese will run out of the tokens faster than we use in English. 所以如果我们是用那个英文版本的话，我们就是说我们用 3.5 版 free 版，但是我们如果用英文问他的话，他可以记得比较多东西，它的容量可以用的比较多。Okay, so I would say now I am going to discuss a case with you, and you will play 3 different roles at the same time. Is that okay for you? Okay, so so please act as a semiconductor engineer if I call you like A, and a store, a pharmacy store manager if I call you B, and an owner of a small business when I call you C. Okay, is it okay for you? Okay, so we need to make sure. So I'm not going to very detail. Okay, so I'm just showing you, just as I show you the prompting techniques. The first one, of course, we use very often by give instruction. And the second one is the role assigned, role play. And the third one is chain of thoughts. Chain of thoughts is about to to do the conversation, to do the interaction, step by step. Okay. So for example, chain of thoughts. I have another. I want to postpone our previous conversation and start another topic. Okay, and then I would say I have a home. I have an assignment. No, I would say, hi, Alex, because Alex, hi, Alex. Who are you? What role will you play? When I call you Alex. Yeah, academic business professor, right? So because I'm demonstrating for you, so I give these prompts. I do the confirmation every time. But when you are already very familiar with this logic, then you don't need to do every time. Okay, all right. And now I'm going to share with you about the chain of thoughts. Okay, so I am a business junior student. I'm a business major. I'm a business major junior student in college in a university. Okay, and my assignment this week is about the industry life cycle. I'd like you to play as my mentor. Okay, so if so when I ask you a question, when I ask you, then please don't answer me directly. Instead, asking me to ask me another question for bring my knowledge back。大家不要在意啊，我英文也没有写得很好。然后 ，OK， yeah， 你看哦，你看 ，OK， so you see， so I'm talking to ChatGPT that who I am. I'm a business major student, and what I'm going to do, my assignment is to do the industry life cycle. Another 5 minutes, and I'd like you to play as my mentor. Okay, so when I ask you something, don't answer me directly. Instead, ask me another question for bringing my knowledge back. So so this prompt receive these responses from ChatGPT. So let's delve into the topic of industry life cycles. What's your understanding of the different stages in an industry life cycle? Okay, so instead, ChatGPT don't just answer me, just give me a direct answer. So ChatGPT will act as a teacher and ask me. So he asks me the different stage, then I will reply. I think there are 4 stages, and I write. Okay, so can you name and describe each of the 4 stages? Okay, are they introduction, growth, maturity, and decline? Oh, yeah. So it gives me follow-up questions. So he wants me to elaborate what characterizes each stage and how businesses typically respond during those stages. So this is a kind of chain of thoughts. All right. So you don't just get an immediate responses and only very simple or ChatGPT can be your coach and can be your mentor. Those are what I talk to my students. So they don't just use ChatGPT to create some paragraphs. So they can have ChatGPT to prepare their assignments, to prepare for case discussions. Okay, so my tips to give the prompts is CRF. So as you can see on this mind map, CRF, C represents for context, constraint, and condition. R represents the define, relate, and redefine, refine, and redefine. F indicates feedback, focus, and format. So here are examples. So I would say, I will give the prompt. I talk to ChatGPT. You are a business professor, and you are talking to a group of managers. Please outline an opening speech in 100 words. Okay, so that is the first round. So I describe the context, constraint, and condition for ChatGPT to tell me, to help me to prepare an outline of an opening speech. Okay, so he will reply. However, if you want to have a better responses which can fit much better to your needs, then you probably can refine. So I would say you are a business professor with 10 years of industry experience, and you are talking to a group of managers from international apparel companies, right? Of course, if you are doing an opening speech to a group of people, then the audience, who are the audiences, matters, right? So if you are talking to a group of students, if you are talking to a group of managers from semiconductor industry, we are different from the one that you are talking to a group of managers from international apparel companies, right? And the condition, please outline an opening speech for a one-day workshop on business model. So the focus is on business model. So the topic of this workshop is business model, and you are giving the opening speech for a group of managers from international apparel companies. So this prompting describes clearly about your intention. So don't just give a short a question and complain about the responses are not what you want. That is because you don't give proper and appropriate context, and you don't redefine or refine your questions. And the final one is F, feedback, focus, and format. So you really can clarify and coach ChatGPT for your own purpose. Okay, so what I have been demonstrating over past minutes, as you can see, I always clarify and I always tell ChatGPT to play some role. So that is about coaching, and also you can elaborate your questions. Okay, and the second F is focus, because ChatGPT will play its default mode about the language model. So it's just like a very like very talkative person, and if you don't focus on the goal and the outputs that you desire to have, then ChatGPT will just bring you to another direction, very possibly. Okay, so and finally you can ask him to do the formatting. I can show you the formatting. So can you outline the stages of industry life cycle with their characteristics and how businesses respond during those stages. Okay, and provide me a table. Okay, provide me a table. So this is the F, format. Can you provide me in a format with bullet points and section subtitles? See, but okay, so as you can see, the previous one is about industry life cycle and their stages, from introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, and also the characteristics about the introduction stage and how business responds to the introduction stage and so on. I don't check the content for today's demonstration, because if you want to do for your class activities, you always need to double check the content accuracy in order to avoid any like misunderstanding. 今天我没有检查说这里面到底他讲的对不对，但是就是如果是你自己要用或者是要教学生用的时候，一定要检查，因为他那个 ChatGPT 就是很会胡扯啊，所以他就会，因为他是文字接龙，所以他就是把他所有可以接龙的那些字，就是他都会把它放进来哈。那当然比较专业的东西，因为他找得到，他很容易就找到，他之前被训练的时候也被塞过很多这些语料，所以通常不会错。但是你如果是让他做创作，做一些其他东西，他就很会天马行空啊。所以so there is a vocab describing this phenomenon is for 幻象，那个字很难的一个英文字，我现在忘记了。Okay. 然后你看它底下，我叫他说你用那个 section title、subtitle 跟 bullet points， 所以它就有 introduction stage， 它是一个 section title， 然后底下的 low sales volume、high uncertainty and so on， 他们是 bullet points。So I think I almost share with you about the prompt techniques. Yeah. So CRF. So please remember the tips CRF, and also you can have ChatGPT play multiple roles and also do the prompts and responses as the chain of thought. Okay. So I think it's is 6:03. According to the education principle, students always cannot focus on one topic more than 15 minutes, right? So we need to take a break. So let's have a 5 minutes break, and maybe you can think of some questions for our discussion later. All right? 所以我们就休息5分钟哈，因为那个上课都是这样子，你如果不休息的话，学生就是他就不知道跑到哪里去了哈，所以我们休息5分钟 ，All right，see you。 Okay. Okay. So let's continue. All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. So I would like to share my desktop camera, and the first as you can see from this mind map, I think we have common goal for today's workshop because we want to elevate our teaching and facilitate the students' learning by use of generative AI in our EMI classroom, right? And I always think the language and content, the way for students to learn language and content are pretty similar because when we are learning a new language and we use our second language to do the communications, we need to we need to do reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So so we can use the technology to help us, to help professors to prepare the class activities, and as well as to help students for their better learning. Okay, so so here are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. I always encourage professors to design more output-oriented learning activities, which are speaking and writing, and of course the interaction. Okay, so so I, I will not talk about listening and reading too much because most of you are much more professional than me on English speaking. Okay, so what I can do is to share my experience about what we can do to help students learning in a way of output oriented. Okay, so so what I have demonstrated is I'm using desktop camera. I'm sorry, here desktop camera, and what I use to shooting my face is the panorama camera, and I'm going to introduce you Menti. So Menti is a similar tool, just like Slido, and I use timer. So Menti timer and Slido can facilitate interaction-oriented learning. Okay, so we know teacher to students, student to student can um, can be facilitated by IRF, initiation, response, feedback. Teacher raise questions and students will respond, and then teacher offer feedback again. And maybe students can have their peer discussion. So they think by themselves first, and they have peer discussion and then share to the whole class. And there will be some brief interactive task, which is very good for the class discussion. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is about the Menti. Okay, Menti, and I always use mind map. I don't use PowerPoint. I use mind map, and so let's use Menti now. So could you please just open your Menti? So Mentimeter. Can you see my Mentimeter now?
Yes.
Okay. And I like Menti more than Slido. I think many of you may already use Slido often, but I use Menti So I'm going to show you. So here are the folders that I have my classes here. So I can show you, for example, this is a Chinese course. Okay, so I use all technologies and like PBL and generative AI, both in my Mandarin Chinese class and also in EMI class. Okay, so this is an opening survey yesterday. So some group I could show you. So let's play the timer. So if I show you, so what I use this Menti is for the audience to offer feedback to the presenting group. 这一页的做法是，有小组在台上报告的时候，底下的在听的小组，他们就可以给回馈。那这个回馈呢 ，the feedback includes comments, questions, okay, suggestions. All right. So just like what you see on the screen now, and let's do the Menti. I will show you how to create a Menti. Okay. So now, let's create a new presentation, or let's go back to home. You can just watch alone, or you can just open another window that have your own Menti. Okay, so here are several options according to your purpose. So if you are going to create a presentation, or you are going to create a survey, then you can just use the different choices. So let's create a new survey. And let's start from the blank. So click blank. And we just do start from scratch. 我们就是都从头做。然后我现在要给各位做这个叫做，比如说 multiple choice, word cloud, open-ended, okay, multiple choice, and content. Okay, here on the top right corner, you can see the top content, and you click the content. And here is the slide type, multiple choice, and you can type your question. Question 1: How much do you understand for the for the part of my sharing on Chat GPT? How much do you understand for the part of my sharing on ChatGPT? And we can create the options. So the option is maybe like, for example, larger than 80%, okay, 60 to 80%, less than 60%. And add refuse to respond. Okay, and here, as you can see, here are the options already shown on your survey. And design, okay, this one is the bar chart, and we can use, of course, we can use donut, we can use the pie chart. Okay, so probably you can use donut. And the layout, we can use this one, or we can use this one. and we can add some interactivity. The interactivity, the top right corner here are the choices that you can set up for interactivities. For example, I can show the QR code. So for students who actually, you can join the classroom here, use the code 2737 3697 here, okay? Or you can just scan the QR code to join the survey, all right? And Menti, so I can show likes here. As you can see down, yeah, and also the enable question and answers. Okay, so after you have designed the Menti, then you present. So how about let's take 1 minute. Let's spend 1 minute. I can show the 1 minute timer. Okay, so could you please just fill out the survey on the screen? And you also can click the likes, or you can send messages. You can have live chat, right? Okay, so time is up. So although we have more than 160 participants, but only 35 responded to this survey. Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, and let's get back to, and I can add additional slide. So let's create another slide. Word cloud. I like this very much. So word cloud. Let's use content. Okay, word cloud. For example, what are your biggest concern for EMI? Okay, and design. Let's use another one. Let's just use default. Okay, and interactivity. So we can, everyone answers per participants can be up to 3, and we can also show QR code, and the Menti we don't change. So let's present. And take 1 minute. What are your biggest concerns? What are your biggest concerns? Concerns. Okay. Present. So the size of the word display the frequency of the responses in word cloud。那个字的大小，比如说 content 这个字比较大，它就是可能有不止一个人他写了 content 啊，所以你就会看到那个文字云就是这样子，就是填写的次数越多的，它的字就会越大。好，你看现在 participation 跑出来了，所以 participation 就是比较多人填，好，可能有2个以上的人填。好，时间到了，我们可以稍微看一下，大家可以继续填了哈。然后这里面哈，你看右下角有21个人填，有21个人参加，但是左上角有32个 responses， 那就代表说，因为我本来设定是每个人最多可以填3个 responses， 所以就是24个人填，但是现在有34个 responses， 是这个意思。然后右下角这里也有 live chat。OK， 所以这里有，你看哦，这里有大家有在 live chat， 所以有打一些字哦，有人写 test， 有人写 where was the timer？OK， 我等一下可以 show 那个 timer， 就在 Windows 的计时器，你只要找计时器，那个 timer 就会跑出来。对，好啊，然后这个是 online chat。那我们如果回过头来看这个东西，就是我们可以大概看一下，比如说我们从最左上角开始看好了哈。学生嘛哈，学生 students attention cover too few materials. So how to resolve the challenge about we cannot deliver as much materials as we did in Mandarin Chinese? I think that the solution is flipped classroom， 就是翻转教室。在我的课里面，我不管中文课还是英文课。学生一定都是要the students need to do the individual reading, group discussion, and group assignment about creating the mind map, and prepare to do the group rehearsal, because when they come into the classroom after my lecture sessions, they need to orally present in class. So they use their cargo mind map as the presenting material. And after the class, they need to do the review, and they can do the bonus assignment. 所以怎么样能够让一样 EMI 的课，但是还是可以完成我们本来要上课的内容？一定要翻转教室，就是一定学生在 pre、during 跟 after， 一定不是 EMI， 一定不是老师在讲课啦。如果老师讲课，那就叫学生去听 Coursera 的课就好了。像我的课就是会指定 Coursera 的课让学生去听，那如果是 EMI 的课，他们就听那个，因为我们讲英文怎么讲也讲不过比 native的 first language 的 speaker 好嘛，对不对？所以如果我们只是在乎 EMI 是我们怎么讲课，这个我认为不是 EMI 的原意啊，所以学生之所以到教室来，就是要有 interaction， 这个学习是从 practice 里面这个建立的，所以我觉得 EMI 就是刚好是一个机会，因为讲英文它会翻转我们的逻辑啊，有的时候讲中文就是我们都会被自己既有的刻板的印象会受它的那个僵固的影响，所以我觉得这个是一个大问题，所以就是说要怎么样转化成翻转教室，就是怎么样让学生在课前就能够先做好准备，所以这个是一个。所以这里面有写哈，我们再看一下哈 ，Students English ability， 我等一下可以讲一下，如果学生程度比较差，我们可以怎么帮他。然后刚刚讲了嘛哈 ，cover too few materials， 我觉得那个不是问题，我觉得我们就是要靠科技来帮助我们，就是说学生一定要改变，老师也要改变啊，所以就是说让学生在课前，像我出作业都是出在课前，我不是出在课后，所以像这一次的这个分享也是一样，我就是给主办单位，就是说大家如果能够先看我的影片，大家如果能够先看我的 mind map， 那这个时候你进来听的时候会比较有感觉啊。然后 students engagement 就是靠这些 interaction 的活动啊， 然后 grammar 啊 ，grammar correction 不 correct grammar。I never correct students' grammar. I never. 然后student quality, student resistance, student English level, students English, students. 所以其实有很多是 students English， 所以有啊，就是说学生，我也觉得是说学生是一个 challenge 啊，所以我们来看怎么帮学生，这个可以好来，所以我觉得Menti 很好用 ，Menti 很好用，然后它有好几个哈，刚刚讲过的，就是说我只要再新增一个 slide， 再新增一个 slide， 它就有那个 open ended 就是我刚刚秀给大家看的，就是说像这个，像我的课里面，就刚刚第一个秀给大家看，所以怎么样让小组报告的同时，其他的人也要有事情做。他才会有事情做啊。他如果就是跟以前当兵一样，就是阿兵哥呢，你如果让他空下来呢，他就一定会闯祸。所以要让阿兵哥不闯祸，就是要让他割草。所以大家都觉得说割草很无聊，不是，割草是有他的目的的。他有事做，他才不会出问题啊。所以学生也是一样，就是说让他在课堂上有，比如说像我这边。这个就是我的，就是说，我叫学生说 list out at least one unresolved question of today's assigned readings 啊，然后他们就会给结果，我们来看结果在这边，在右上角，结果，好，结果在下面这里。然后我也会把这个结果，就会把它这个交给 TA。EMI 的话 ，TA 也是很重要。The teaching assistants are key to the success of EMI classes. I think. 如果有 TA 的话，这个 EMI 比较有可能会成功。否则，你看一个老师，像我现在要分享哈，我又要操作这个操作那个。它会影响整个上课的 flow， 但是如果有助教在旁边，我就会说，我们来开一个 Menti， 然后这个打一个什么字什么的啊，所以这个就是那个学生他们的回答，就是像在这边啊，所以他就会说 ，Why the value in VPC section all are the same thing? Can you do further explain？ 啊，所以 What strategies can the company implement to mitigate the agency problem between shareholders and management？所以这个就是学生给的回馈，在某一组他上台报告的时候，所以这个就到这边。所以 Mentimeter 我觉得是，我们来看一下我的这个哈，我觉得这个很重要 ，interaction 这个很重要，真的很重要。然后科技可以帮助我们，所以我们其实还有别的东西，我等一下来讲 Otter 啊 ，Otter 可以做什么？来。我们来看 Otter， 然后我们来把 Menti 关掉哈，然后开 Otter， 请大家开 Otter。等一下，好，然后我们来先设个5分钟好了，设个5分钟。这个刚刚有人问说这 timer 怎么出来的哈，我就在用中文讲，因为这样可能会比较大家会听得比较清楚。对不起，我英文如果讲不好，请大家多多包涵。这里面就是你只要去搜寻呢，在你的这个里面啊，在我们这个搜寻有没有？这里都有搜寻。我现在滑鼠在这个左上角动，我们这里有搜寻，你只要搜寻计时器 ，Windows 的计时器就会跑出来。跑出来之后，你就最主要你就是设定时间，然后你给它一个标题，像这个5分钟 timer 啊，这个也是我写的，12分钟 timer 就是我写的。好，比如说我现在再增加一个，timer 是1分30秒的 timer 这样子，然后储存，那它就会跑到这里，这里就有1分30秒的 timer。但是呢，我可以给它改名字，这里我就给它改1.5 minute timer 这样子，这样我自己就会记得。好，那比如说我现在要开1.5的 timer， 然后就这样子，然后它等一下它就会叫。好，所以我们这个把它放在别的地方。然后okay, so Otter is a tool, a generative AI tool which can transform speech to text. Okay, so for example, now this is my conversation and I'm going to create a new. So here is the record, and how about let's have a short conversation. 等一下哈，我们就来假装我们就是在小组讨论，但是他这个只认识英文，好，所以 so let's have a short conversation, maybe for additional 1 minute, and then you can see how this tool will work out. All right, so record. So it starts to record now, and I would like to know which universities you are from. So can someone tell you your university name? Can someone say some words? Do you see the note already?
National Science and University.
Okay. Can someone say any other words? Just a test.
Johnny Zheng.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. How is the weather today in your place?
It's sunny in Kaohsiung.
Yeah, very good. And yeah, how do you feel today? Can someone just
very well, thank you.
Yeah, very well. Okay, thank you very much. So then let's stop the recording, right? And we need to wait for some minutes. It will proceed to recognize how many speakers in this conversation. So we need to wait some time. 这个哈，你看像我们刚刚在一边讲，它是不是就一边就记起来了，对不对？所以如果是小组讨论的时候 you know, because different students have different level of English proficiency, and if you ask them to engage in English discussion, they may get lost and they don't know, they don't really understand what other students talk about. So if we can record, on the one hand, we can check our own speaking. If Otter can recognize what we speak, then we don't need to worry about our pronunciation or stress or intonation. So whatever we speak out, that Otter can recognize. So we have achieved our goal of communications, right? 所以我们不用怕说我们讲英文讲不好，别人听不懂，因为如果 Otter 听得懂的话，那不管我们的英文讲的那个好不好听，那基本上就是应该是就可以通的啊。所以他现在你看他现在还在 processing conversation， 然后他已经出现 speaker one 了，所以 speaker one 就是我，所以你看我差不多讲的他都听得懂，而且都对啊。So it starts to record now, and I would like to know which universities you are from. So can someone tell your university name? 然后这里面可以改哦，你看我如果进来我可以编辑。等我一下，这里可以开一个编辑。没，他现在是在播，我可以让他播声音。I would like to know which universities you are from. So
So can someone tell you your university name? Can someone
有没有？你们刚刚有没有？可能声音不是很大，所以你只要点这个字哈，它就会播放声音啊，它就会播放声音，然后它可以让你编辑，所以这个稿子可以编，比如说tell you tell me tell us， 我可能是讲 tell us your university name， 对不对？然后can someone 怎样，这个显然就不是嘛哈，我应该讲说 speak 什么东西吧哈，就是 speak， 就是 can someone speak out。假设我是要这样子，然后我就说这样，那就改完了。好，这它还需要一些时间，它会把刚才我们录音的那一些东西呢，它就会做成转录稿 transcript， 然后左边会有 summary。那因为我们刚刚讲的是无意义的东西啊，我们刚刚讲一些无意义的东西，所以他就说Johnny John 里面有一个人说他是 Johnny 嘛，对不对？所以他就有认出来说有一个 Johnny 跟 unknown speaker discuss 什么东西 in their universities， 然后 unknown speaker asks for the names of the universities， while Johnny John mentioned diversity and articulates the idea of saying other words， 可能没有啦哈，所以他就可以做 summary。如果真的是一个讨论一个专业的主题，其实这个可以怎么用？比如说，假设我们去参加一个 conference， 然后有人给 keynote speech， 那我们就可以把它录下来，然后它自动会给我们 summary， 所以我们不用听30分钟的 keynote speech， 我们就可以从转录稿上面就可以直接看它的 summary， 而且这里面它会跑出 keywords。所以 Otter 我认为非常有用，对于我们自己跟对于学生来讲都很有用。So I ask my students to record their group discussion with Otter, and yeah, I think it helps. It helps. Okay, so that is one way for students to improve their English language skills. So at the same time, they can improve their speaking. On the other hand, they also can improve their listening. So you can play the recording again, so that you can correct probably some words that are not well recognized by Otter. 所以有一些字，如果真的是 Otter 认不出来的时候，我们再重新播一次回去，他就会告诉我们。你就自己听就会听出来说啊，我可能刚刚那个字其实是讲的不太 OK。See， 他有时候会辨认错误了哈，他有些会辨认错误，所以你看他这里出现 speaker 2了啊，他现在出现 speaker 2了，他会慢慢出来，所以因为这个是线上处理的，所以他就会需要有一些时间啊。其实有一些话是我讲的啦，有一些是 How is the weather today in your place？ 这是我讲的，但是他把它辨识成 speaker 2， 反正再过一阵子啊，所以这个是 Otter， 这个我觉得非常有用。然后另外有一个是Speechify。So please open Speechify on your computer and let me show you Speechify test. All right. So how about this one?
By global launch here at SU as well as those at Menti. Hello, everyone. My name is Shimin Lo. I teach strategy and management in the Department of International Business Studies at National Chinan University. I feel so privileged to have this chance to join this EMI training program with professors from NSYSU and other universities. What impressed me the most here at ASU is student-centered learning has been widely emphasized throughout this program in addition to EMI skill itself. There are so many EMI strategies that I can apply into my classes in the future when I return to Taiwan. For example, activating prior knowledge, providing wait time, And preparing a list of glossary can not only help students with their individual studies, but also can facilitate discussion and interaction in the classroom. In particular, I'm going to apply Slido more often.
Okay, so this is the voice from some Avatar， 就是阿凡达的声音啊。然后我其实是可以把它，刚才是我输入一段文字让他念给我听啊。那接下来就是我可以给他一篇文章。
Investment Protection Agreement in 2019.
比如说这是我的
How capability reconfiguration in coping with external dynamism can shape the performance of the Vietnamese enterprises.
我会叫学生说I told to my students to fully utilize Speechify to read articles because you probably need to do something at hands and you cannot stand still or you cannot sit still on your chair to read the articles, but you can just play Speechify so that Speechify can speak for you about the whole articles. And so that is Speechify. And I'm going to show you another, that's Speechify Studio. Speechify Studio. Where is Speechify Studio? How about settings? Speechify Studio here. Projects. Okay, so let me.
Traditionally, startups focus on identifying opportunities while established firms focus on exploiting them. Strategic entrepreneurship, however, involves both pursuing pre-entry business opportunities for value creation and post-entry competitive advantages for value capture. SE provides a comprehensive approach to examining.
So this is the voice cloning. So it cloned my voice. Okay, so it sounds like me speaking. However, it's not. So it's a cloned voice. Okay, so you can use any other tools which can clone your voices. For example, I also use DID, PlayHT, and to do the voice cloning. Because I always use free versions, so there is always a limit about the how much time that you can use for a free version tool. So I open different accounts and to use those benefits, right? Okay. So this is Speechify. I think we are going to run out of time today, but I would like to go through this mind map. All right. So there are so many tools that we can use. For example, text to speech. So Speechify, you can use Chrome extension. So let me show you Speechify. So right now I have open Speechify. So if I open any web page, for example, EMI. Class。
陆教授，不好意思打扰一下。
Okay.
那个有老师说，那个电脑的，就是您的电脑的设定好像是没有，声音的部分是我们是听不到的。
哦，声音的部分你们听不到吗？
对，我们是听到您的声音，不是您的电脑的声音。
等一下哦，那我再播一次哈，那个就是Speechify 的这个吗？那没关系，因为我们其实时间也有一点有限，那就是 只是那个刚才分享的时候，因为我们可能要选那个分享的那个声音，就是可能我要再到设定里面去，再到我的设定，电脑的设定，这里有一个音效，对不起，就是我可能要看一下我的音效，然后音效里面，哦，这个它跑掉了，这个应该是要我的电脑的音效才对。所以这里的音效设定好之后，如果我们再重播一次，这样子。
Traditionally, startups focus on identifying opportunities.
这样有声音吗？我刚播了，这样有声音吗？
好像还是没有。
While established firms focus on exploiting them. Strategic entrepreneurship, however, involves both pursuing pre-entry business opportunities.
还是没声音，是不是？
没有声音。
哦，好，那我想就可能是就是还有那些设定可能还没有调对，所以就是我分享的，我现在在这个画面上面，这个分享的就是我那个复制人的声音，就是他复制我的声线播出来的声音。我可以给各位看一个东西，就是你就会
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming.
这样有声音吗？
This is the final required course for our department,
这个没有声
IBS.
音，
I'm glad you come to this class by your own will selecting.
为什么没有呢？因为我如果分享，等一下啊，我分享一下看设定。是啊，这个是这个啊，这个也是这个啊，应该没有错吧？测试，你们有听到声音吗？
没有。
没有，等一下哦。
但是我觉得没有关系，就是
对，没有关系。
老师应该可以自己测试。对，因为我们时间可能也没有办法允许。
哦，要用分页，对，要用分页，不能分享整个荧幕。对，那个有个老师写了，对，没错，就是我分享整个荧幕的时候是它没有声音的。哎，对，呀，好，那也许我们剩下5分钟，大家可以问一下这样子。哎，那我们就我有分享给各位那个心智图，上面其实都已经有那些 AI 工具的名称了哈，比如说像那个就是 text to speech， 除了 Speechify 之外，像 Eleven Labs 啊、Murph 啊、PlayHT 啊、Rest AI 都可以做 clone 声音的 clone， 然后它的步骤其实都很简单，就是说你就对着一个文稿念一遍给你，然后念完之后它就会复制你的声音这样子。然后 text to text 除了 ChatGPT 之外，也还有好多不同的工具 ，Gemini 啊、Cloud 3啊，然后等等的这些。好 ，OK， 那就再看看大家有没有什么立即的问题。哦 ，Poll 很简单啊，你把 Poll 打开哈，Poll 打开就会看到东西，对不对？然后就选任何一个功能，因为以前是 Cloud 要使用的时候，就是我都从 Poll 里面 Poll 其实很好用 ，POE 里面有很多工具，它就等于是一个大杂烩，就是它是自助餐厅。所以你就进去那个 Poll 是自助餐厅，你看你要用哪一个工具，你就去那个 Poll 里面点用，这样就可以。好，还有哪个？对，刚刚就是没声音，没声音的原因就是因为我是分享整个萤幕画面，那 Google 这个 Meet 这没有办法，像我们学校用那个 Moodle 的BBB Big Blue Button 就可以，我们分享整个萤幕的时候也还是可以有声音。对， sorry about that。那就看主办单位这边就是，嘿，
所以you are welcome to just turn on your microphone and interact with Dr. Lo if you have any questions. And I would like to remind everyone to fill out the feedback form. The link is already posted in the chat. 好，我简单回复一下，好像有位老师说这次的那个回馈问卷为什么要具名？因为我们先前尝试就是让老师签到，那可是就是后续有很多老师反映就是觉得不方便，就是要写签到单，然后又要写回馈表，那所以我们这次就是整合，就是只有回馈表单，所以希望不会造成老师的困扰，谢谢大家。And I would also like to remind you that Dr. Lo also shared many of his videos with us. So if you forget about one of the app, you can just watch the video on your own.
那个心智图你们有在那个就是主办发出来的 email 里面有。因为其实有一些东西是没有办法在，就是说，其实这么多东西是的确没有办法在2个小时里面讲的，嘿，对。
好，那个林新明老师，您可以打开麦克风。
好，喂，有听到吗？喂，
是有
听到。
陆老师，简单问一下，因为那个翻转教室的问题，就是在我们推 EMI 之前就已经有一阵子是在推翻转教室嘛。
对，
那所以慢慢的，一开始有一些课做这个事情其实是蛮成功的，但是渐渐越来越多课来做，那 EMI 的部分你也强调说，就是它也是一个好的工具。反过来说，变成学生也会有抱怨，就是每个课都翻转，那变成他们课外的时间都被占据掉，那最后变成也是课程之间在竞争，就是学生的这个注意力这样子，那变成那最重要好像还是回归他们的这个兴趣跟动力吧，就是说他
授课，
对，他如果没有想要花时间的话，其实他也不可能事先看嘛。那变成我们翻转的效果也有限。那如果说有的人有看，有的人没看，变成回到课堂上的这个 EMI 又变得更难教学，不是吗？我的问题是这样子。好，谢谢。
对，其实每一个就是说就是我其实有一个 warning， 有一个警语有一个警语就是说，其实如果还没升等的助理教授还没升，就是最好这些东西就都不要做太多了就是说大家知道这些事情就好了。所以这是对老师面来讲。但是假如我们是真的对于要有助于学生学习的时候，其实我们需要花很多力气比如说怎么让学生能够 engage 在 flip classroom 因为他需要也要有一个通盘的措施，像我都用小组，所以小组的话他们就小组 co-work， 但是小组彼此之间因为有人会搭便车，所以我就又会设计 peer review， 所以我期中会做一次 peer review， 期末会做一次 peer review， 然后我还会设定学生他们如果去 group discussion 的时候，他们要用 Otter， 所以他们如果用 Otter 录音起来的话，可以当加分作业。然后如果他们去去喝饮料，我会赞助他们50块等等的，就是要用一些激起他们的 motivation， 这是一个。另外一个就是说我一向觉得我对很多政策的实施是很有意见的，比如说现在要 count 那个大2的这个修 EMI 的课程数跟什么比例这个东西，其实它某一种程度因为大2都是必修课，其实你要把它转成 EMI 就不是大家情愿的，所以其实不应该，因为要从大2开始实施，不如从大1开始实施。也就是说，要抗的就是所以这有很多配套措施，就是政策面它会导入我们去做一些不太好的事情，但是实质上话说回来，如果真的要让 Flip Classroom 能够 work 的话，那就是还要设计其他的活动，像我刚刚讲，就是我光开学其实还有让学生填那个个人资料表跟小组资料表，然后我会知道说他们这一组里面 他们必须 report 他们的 English proficiency 的 level 是 B1、B2 还是 C1 等等的。然后如果是 B1 的话，我会让他用 Duolingo。我觉得 Duolingo 也是大家可以让你的学生，如果他不是英文程度很好的话，我觉得 Duolingo 很好，就是他可以让他习惯跟英文对话这样子。简单回复以上，我觉得还是有希望的。但是这个希望就是说，如果老师们你没有升等压力的话，我们可以多交流。那个如果还有升等压力的，我建议你不要因为我们毕竟还是我觉得你就知道一些就好了。然后这个其他的我们就反正你一定不会做得比别人差，但是你不要想要做太多，你做太多就会花掉你的力气。我觉得这是我的肺腑之言。以上。
So it's already past 4. So I'm wondering if we still have other questions. If not, I would like to invite everyone to thank Dr. Lo by using emojis.
好像还有人举手。
好，有老师举手。那老师要不要就直接开麦克风？蔡依人老师，请说。好像他们是那个按错，
按错，
他们可能是要用那个 emoji 按错，对对对，
那个如果还有要问问题的，可以直接开麦克风发音就好了。
对对对，然后老师们可以找一下我们寄给各位的那个 email， 那个骆老师非常大方的分享了他的很多的那个录影带videos， 那所以就是老师们如果需要复习哪一项那个 app 的使用的话，其实可以再看一下那个 video， 非常有帮助。好，那目前好像看起来老师们是没有问题了，所以谢谢骆老师。
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for your participation today. Yeah, it's a great time to share with you. Thank you.
那个 video 在我们寄给各位老师的那个 email 里面都有连接。我现在也可以贴一下哈。
我是有个 YouTube 频道啦，就是如果大家要上去看，就是我的影片是都放在上面，我是可以贴给大家这样子。等我一下。
骆老师真是太了不起了。
那个都是教学用的，因为上面也会放一些学生教的东西哈，所以我放一下。
我贴了先前附在 email 里面的4个连接。
对
那非常谢谢老师们，大家今天拨冗来参加，谢谢谢谢。
好啊，那没关系，就是我们有机会可以再联络，对，可以大家再交换一些意见。谢谢大家，很谢谢。
Thank you, Hofa. Thank you, everyone. So please don't forget to fill out the feedback form.
好哦，那就谢谢台南艺术大学这边，谢谢你们，谢谢你们团队
教授，谢谢辛苦了辛苦了。
不会，谢谢。好，那我就下线了哈。
好，谢谢您，谢谢您，我们后续再联络。
谢谢
谢谢您，
拜拜。